How strong is a baboon compared to other monkeys? Monkeys can be found in many places around the world, from Central and South America to Asia and Africa. One of the more popular and recognizable kinds of monkey in the world is the baboon. They're strictly found in Africa, and they are some of the largest monkeys on the planet. That's not to say they don't have some competition, and it's also not to say that size equates to strength. But monkeys in general are strong, not an animal that any human wants to mess with. But which monkey possesses the most strength? How strong is a baboon compared to other monkeys? Baboons. First, we are checking out the continent of Africa because we need to meet these baboons, learn more about them. Because there isn't just one type of baboon, there are 6 subspecies of baboon. In Northwest Africa, you can find the Guinea baboon, but he is one of the smallest baboon species. Moving east to the north-central portion of Africa, you'll find olive baboons nearly everywhere. They have the largest range of all baboons, ranging from Sierra Leone to Mali, to Nigeria to Chad, just to name a few countries. Staying in the north, but moving east, in northeast Africa, in the portions of land that surround the Red Sea, like Somalia and Ethiopia, you can find the Hamadryas baboon. These are medium-sized baboons, not the biggest of the bunch. Let's hop on a quick flight, stay in the east but move south. In Eastern Africa, in countries like Kenya, Tanzania and Zimbabwe, there's a good chance you'll spot some yellow baboons. Another flight taking us west from here, visiting places in Central Africa and Western Central Africa, countries like the Congo, Zambia and Angola. There are plenty of another subspecies of baboon, the Kinder baboon. These are the smallest baboons, weighing around 30 pounds on average, but we've saved the best and the biggest for last. If we head to the southern portion of Africa, nations of Mozambique, Botswana and South Africa to name a few, you'll find it easy to spot the Chacma baboon. The Chacma baboon is a big boy. He will weigh 88 pounds on average, but there have been plenty of larger specimens that weigh 99 pounds. They are typically about 47 inches in total height. The Chacma baboon is actually similar in size to his northern cousin, the olive baboon, but he's more filled out, averaging higher mass and weight. All baboons are omnivores, primarily feasting on leaves, bark, fruit and nuts, but they will occasionally eat small mammals as well. They have extremely powerful jaws and sharp teeth, which they use to crack right through tough bark and thick nuts. In fact, the bite force of baboons isn't anything scientists are certain of, but one test of the bite strength of an olive baboon measured at 1300 psi, which would be one of the strongest bites in the animal kingdom. In addition to strong jaws, baboons have strong bodies and athletic quickness and agility. Not only can they lift 50 pounds, roughly half the body weight of a chacma, but they can accelerate from 0 to 30 miles per hour in just a few seconds. This guy may just eclipse 100 pounds, but he's a strong, fast, and furious athlete. So who would want to tangle with him? Proboscis monkeys. In order to meet our first challenger, we'll have to leave the continent of Africa. The proboscis monkey only lives in Asia, and more specifically, only on the Southeast Asian island of Borneo. If you've seen the proboscis monkey, also known as the long-nosed monkey, chances are that image has stayed with you. But this monkey is more than just a big nose. The proboscis monkey is also one of the largest monkey species in Asia. Males will typically have a full length of about 26 to 30 inches, and fully grown they will weigh between 35 to 50 pounds. However, large specimens of proboscis monkey have reached 66 pounds. Proboscis monkeys are seasonal folivores and frugivores, so that means they're primarily eating fruit and leaves, depending on what is available at the given time. They've been known to eat flowers, seeds, and insects, but to a much lesser extent. Unlike baboons that constantly crack into nuts, bark, and occasionally sink their teeth into small mammals, proboscis monkeys don't need teeth and jaws that are nearly as strong. That's not to say they don't have powerful jaws for their size, but they're also quite a bit smaller than the Chacma baboon. They'd need to make up for it with superior strength. Now, proboscis monkeys do possess impressive strength relative to their size, and chaos and violence may break out amongst them at times, but their strength doesn't match that of a Chacma baboon. However, showcasing Mother Nature's sense of humor, it is believed that there is a correlation between the size of a proboscis monkey's nose and his overall strength, with scientists believing the larger noses may act as a badge of status. It's like they say, the bigger the nose, the stronger the proboscis proboscis monkey. But even the largest of noses still wouldn't rival a baboon. But our next monkey puts a different body part on display to showcase his dominance. Gelada. We're talking about the gelada, also known as the bleeding heart baboon. The name is incorrect in several ways. One, it is not a baboon, and two, its heart isn't actually bleeding, but you can see why people would have nicknamed it as such. Geladas have a unique patch of skin on their chests that indicate their hormone levels. In females, the patch will brighten and indicate the reproductive state they are in. In males, the patch will turn a bright red color when they are in their sexual prime. And the more dominant males have darker red patches than others. So, maybe our baboons should avoid the geladas with dark red chest patches. Well, geladas are currently only found in the Ethiopian highlands, so the only baboon they may have any overlap with would be the Hamadryas baboon. Male geladas weighing about 41 pounds on average and being about 20 to 30 inches in total height actually rival the size of Hamadryas baboons, and they are very strong, very fierce. When a gelada is encroaching upon another gelada's territory, tempers flare. A territorial gelada will flip his lip high as a warning sign for the other to not mess with him. But if the other gelada doesn't heed this warning, a battle may break out. Male gelada fights can be brutal. Nothing is off the table. Wrestling, scratching, biting. Sometimes they even kill the newborns of other males. The aggression paired with the strength tells us maybe a Hamadryas baboon doesn't want to tangle with a gelada. But the gelada still isn't quite as strong as the larger chacma, who is about twice the weight. The stocky gelada is powerful and packs a punch, but he can't match the heft of a chacma. Tibetan macaque. Let's bounce back to Asia for another challenger, the Tibetan macaque. The Tibetan macaque is found in China from eastern Tibet to Guangdong to Shaanxi. This is the biggest macaque in the world and one of the largest monkeys in all of Asia, only outsized by the previously mentioned proboscis monkey and larger species of grey langur. On average, male Tibetan macaques can be about 43 pounds and about 24 to 28 inches long, but the largest discovered ones have weighed about 65 pounds. Their favorite foods include bamboo shoots, fruits, grass and leaves, and will occasionally dine on flowers, seeds, roots and insects. No one knows the bite force of a Tibetan macaque for sure, but of the closely related, scientists examined bite marks of theirs in bark as they attempted to get to some aphids and determined the bite force was roughly between 50 and 75 psi. We'd assume if the Tibetan macaque bite was any stronger, it wouldn't be by a whole lot. But in terms of physical strength, these are extremely strong monkeys. A dominant male Tibetan macaque will be the leader of a large group of macaques, 40 to 50, but when another male ages and matures, he will challenge the leader. Oftentimes, these challenges turn into fights, and the fights are violent. Due to the strength and aggression possessed by these macaques, it is very common that the fight leads to the death of one macaque. Clearly, a Tibetan macaque is not to be trifled with, especially when you think of the dominance, confidence, and strength one would have in order to be a leader of a group of 50. But this isn't a foreign idea to the chacma baboon. They engage in the same type of fighting for dominance, and they can live in groups of up to 200, not to mention the fact that they even chase cheetahs off if need be. A chacma baboon can be just as feisty, just as violent, just as brave, and they're bigger and stronger. Drills. And now, as if we didn't have enough fighting amongst family members, we're getting even more closely related. Drills are quite closely related to baboons, and they're geographically close to some baboons. Drills only live in a roughly 15,000 square mile radius of Western Africa, located in the rainforests of Nigeria, Cameroon, and on Bioko Island, part of Equatorial Guinea. The baboons that live nearest drills would be the kinder baboon, and so a drill would absolutely be stronger than the kinder baboon. Drills grow to about 28 inches tall and weigh up to 45 pounds. Drills are strong for their size, using similar displays of dominance as other monkeys to be the alpha male in their groups of 20 to 30 individuals. They're mainly frugivorous and also eat herbs, eggs, insects, and showcasing their strong bites and sharp teeth, they will also occasionally eat roots and sometimes even small mammals. A drill can be combative when he needs to be. He's had practice taking down small mammals, but he still pales in comparison to the chacma baboon, who is twice his weight. This closely related cousin would get beat down in a fight 9 times out of 10. If only there were another closely related cousin who could step up to the challenge, a larger cousin. Mandrills. Yes, drills are closely related to baboons, but they're even more closely related to mandrills. The mandrill might as well be the big brother of the drill. Picture a drill, but bigger, a lot bigger. The males on average will be between 28 to 37 inches long in total body length, often exceeding that. Males will also usually weigh anywhere between 42 to 82 pounds, also often exceeding that. It isn't so rare to find a mandrill approaching 100 pounds. The other distinct difference between a drill and a mandrill, that face. The bright blues and reds make for a colorful display, one that is quite rare among mammals. Mandrills live in a similar region as drills, but their region is much larger. Also, covering parts of West and Central Africa, mandrills can be found in tropical rainforests mostly, but will also travel across savannas. You'll see them in countries like Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, and Republic of the Congo. Mandrills prefer to eat fruits and seeds, but they'll also eat leaves and mushrooms, and they'll find small animals to eat as well. This can be insects and even juvenile bay duikers. They're not taking down a full-grown bay duiker, standing 19 inches tall at the shoulder and weighing around 50 pounds, but a smaller juvenile, that's not to be underestimated, the strength it would take for a mandrill to snatch one of those. As you can tell by now, the mandrill is a large and strong monkey. In fact, it is regarded as the largest monkey in the world by most people. There is a caveat. If you go off of total length and the average weight between the sexes, the Chacma baboon takes that crown. Either way, the mandrill and the Chacma baboon are absolutely the 2 largest monkeys in the world. Similarly sized, both quite strong. However, the mandrill is stockier and has a more muscular build. The baboon may be longer, but length doesn't always win a fight. The mandrill is slightly stronger than the Chacma baboon, and this makes the Chacma quite relieved that he lives in southern Africa, away from all the mandrills. Baboons are large monkeys, and they are stronger than most, but it's the mandrill who is the world's strongest monkey.